Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Inner Connection. Today, we're going to explore the topic of trust in a very deep level and at a very personal level. So, this past week, I have experienced the broken of trust, and through that, ironic enough, I learned how to trust more, and I gained the wisdom of self trust and how to do it even at a more deeper level. And so, let's analyze trust from a broken trust kind of view. So, I'm still very shaken and very traumatized, I would say, by this incident of broken trust. And I've been just overthinking the whole incident over and over again. What happened? Is it me? Is it them? Is it what? What is it that caused this whole thing to happen? And instead of dwelling on the why it happened, I start looking at the more proactive way of not preventing it from happening again, but how do I take this opportunity or this incident and turn it into something that I want to build and I can build in the future that is better for all of us. And this video is intended to do so. Just sharing wisdom and how hopefully inspiring individual who is going through that broken of trust to trust yourself again and do things out of love. So the first step, I think, to regain the trust is the non-attachment to entitlement. This past week, I've asked myself, I've lost sleep. And people know I don't lose sleep. I sleep very soundly and I fall asleep very easily. This past week, it's been, oh my gosh, losing so much sleep. You can see it on my face, or maybe not. Thinking and dwelling on the question of why do good people have to take the consequences of those who has ill intentions or who has been overtaken by fear. And I could not get a straight answer. But all of a sudden, it clicks to me. It's not that, or nowhere in this world that says good people has to have good consequences or good karma happening to them. I'm sure we all know those people who are good, but bad things still happens. Why am I so entitled to be like, oh, I do good for people? I choose to do things out of love. Therefore, I should receive abundance of love. And no one should hate me. No one should do this and that towards me, right? Wrong. There is no fairness in this world. what we could learn from it is how to detach from those entitlements. And that goes back to being Wu Wei, having a clean heart without desires and attachment, accepting the fact that life is going to be like that. No matter who you are or what you do, there will be people who likes it and gives you a lot of encouragement, and there will be those who live in fear and they're covered and blinded by desires, who hate you for doing good, who will frame you and give you bad names just because they don't agree the way you do things or be a good person, which reflect that, or which reflect their darkness inside them. And that's just the part of life. And that's a fun part of life. You know, you don't know the lights when you haven't seen darkness. You don't know the warmth until you experience the cold. To just explore or experience, or to that attachment of only wanting to experience the good in life just because you did good, that's actually a very unreal expectation. And when I understand that, I can be more at peace with myself. Still think it's unfair. Still have anger, and still have like, oh, why does it have to be that way? But the more I'm unwilling to let go of that entitlement, the more suffering I will have. Number 2, to regain that trust again, is to surround myself with loving people. Through this unfortunate incidents, not only I saw the bad side of humans, but I also see the good. The number of loving people I've seen through this incident, the amount of, I don't want to call them supporters, but I will because of lack of words. It's absolutely amazing. And it is the perfect timing to just reconnect with all these love supporters because of what I'm about to do with my own projects and my own career in my life that needs those supporters to show up. So I know who are the people I'm gonna go to when I need that support and love. And love always washes the pain and trauma away. And I am so thankful for each one of you who, no matter how small you think your gesture is, by sending a message, asking if I'm okay, to those who wants to, you know, do a little more or go very far to help me gain that fairness back. You guys make me just smile and so joyful. Thank you. And last but not least, I think to regain that trust is to even work more of in my own inner connection. What is it that I let this incident affect me so much? What is that real thing that is hurting me? Why am I so revved up and shaken by this incident? And can I use that to turn it to things that can move me forward? What is my choice if I could turn back time? I think there's always a risk when I have chosen to do things different. When I have chose to be the true self and refuse to conform. When I choose to do things that I think is right for the situation or for whatever reason, instead of enslaving the real, authentic me. For most people, they conform because of fear, because of survival. And I empathize with that. And because I empathize with that, I can forgive them. Yet, I'm not forgiving myself for being authentic. Are you serious there, Empress? Where did I learn this being hard from? Where do I learn to beat up myself over this? And of course I can sit here and chuckle about it now. But the struggle behind it, it's kind of not really funny, you know? So with that self-work, I healed myself through this broken trust and will learn to trust again. It definitely will take time. And every little thing that comes my way, I rethink it. But one thing, or a few things I will not give up, is always to choose love, always to be my most authentic self, and just always, always choose that peace and joy. I hope that will inspire you to continue to trust, especially yourself and your own intuition. Do not beat yourself for choosing that most authentic you. And you will eventually see, maybe not now, but in the future, that it's so worth it to make that choice today. Thank yourself right now for choosing love and choosing yourself.